Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran, coming up in the next 30 minutes. The Super Sunday clash between India and Pakistan set to begin. India eyes a semi-final berth. It's a must-win match for Pakistan to stay alive in the tournament. In his monthly radio broadcast, Prime Minister Narendra Modi suggests spending one day as a scientist to celebrate National Science Day on 28th February. Polls open in a high-stakes German parliamentary election. Olaf Scholz's SPD faces a tough fight from the Conservatives and the far right. And Israel delays the release of Palestinian prisoners until Hamas guarantees the next handover of hostages and stops using them for propaganda. The cricketing world is abuzz as a fierce rivalry reignites on Sunday. India takes on Pakistan in a high-octane ICC Champions Trophy clash in Dubai. India is riding high after beating Bangladesh by 6 wickets, but Pakistan will look to bounce back following their 60-run defeat to New Zealand in the tournament opener.
A rivalry like no other. The mother of all battles, the ultimate cricket showdown. When India and Pakistan lock horns, the world stops to watch. On Sunday, the two heavyweights collide in Dubai in a high-octane ICC Champions Trophy Group A clash. India, fresh from a confident 6-wicket win over Bangladesh, have momentum on their side. Pakistan, reeling from a 60-run loss to New Zealand, are under pressure. Rohit Sharma's men have a chance to book a semi-final spot. Mohammad Rizwan's side must win to stay alive. As tournament hosts, Pakistan face even greater expectations. History favors Pakistan in overall ODIs. 73 wins to India's 57, but India hold the edge in Dubai. The last time these teams met in an ICC event, India crushed Pakistan by 7 wickets in the 2023 World Cup. Form and confidence tilt the balance in India's favour. Rohit is regaining his touch. Shubman Gill is fresh of a century. Mohammad Shami is leading the attack with fire, well supported by Harshit Rana. Pakistan, on the other hand, have concerns. Babar Azam's sluggish 64 of 90 balls against New Zealand drew criticism. Fakhar Zaman's injury weakens their top order further. The last Champions Trophy clash between these sides was the 2017 final, where Pakistan stunned India to lift the trophy. Rizwan and company will look to draw inspiration from that triumph. But this is a different Indian team, fitter, stronger and high on belief. And in an India-Pakistan game, nerves matter as much as skills. On Sunday, expect nothing less than fireworks in Dubai. Sports Desk, DD India.
And joining me is my colleague Narayan Singh for more. Narayan, tell us about the toss and the composition of the two teams.
Ramesh, India just lost the toss, that Pakistan won the toss, and as expected after winning the toss, they decided to bat first because the conditions for the batting first are quite good. As we know that the pitch is dry, and as the day will progress, it will become more dry. And in the evening time, there will be very less dew or no dew, and this will help we can say that the batsmen during that time. So good toss for the Pakistan, but if you take a look the overall record here, we have seen in Dubai the teams chasing the target have won 90% times here. If you take a look at the 2021 T20 World Cup, where the teams chasing won 12 times out of 13. So this is also an important stat here. And recently concluded International League T20, where in 15 matches teams chasing won 11 times. So we can say that, but the today's condition is quite different because there is no dew in the evenings, and we are hoping the Team India, the way performed in the opening match against Bangladesh, despite of the fact that the conditions were very different. We know that they are playing in Dubai after a long time. So in that case also they played well and won a tricky match against Bangladesh. And if you're talking about Pakistan, they are coming back off a defeat against New Zealand in their opening match by a huge margin, and it's a very do or die kind of match. So therefore they have to be here to, we can say that their top order batsmen have to fire, their frontline bowlers, especially Shaheen Shah Afridi, have to be at his best, because in the previous match, in the opening match against New Zealand, he was wicketless, and his form will be crucial in context to Pakistan's win. But we know that the kind of performance Indian batsmen had delivered in the recent past, especially Rohit Sharma is back in the form, and Shubman Gill scoring 100, remained not out in the previous match. And down the order, we saw the way KL Rahul also made runs. So all in all, we can say that Indian batting lineup is looking strong. But Virat Kohli, there is still a question mark over him. He couldn't perform in the last match also, and especially against the leg spinner in the last 5 innings, he was just dismissed by the left arm spinners. So we are hoping that this time around he will do special, because his record against the Pakistan is exceptional.
As you're reporting, Narayan, Pakistan has won the toss and opted to bat first. Now, talking about Pakistan, Narayan, it's a do or die match for Pakistan, isn't it?
Definitely, Ramesh, as you mentioned, it's a do or die, perform or perish for them, because we know that in Pakistan's versus India match, it's all about nerves. Skills are there, but it goes to a different level. It's we can call it the El Clasico of the cricket, the epic face-off, the ultimate showdown of cricket. We can just give multiple names to this heavyweight clash between the cricketing giants. But as you said, that's a do or die clash, definitely, because Pakistan is hosting the ICC Champions Trophy or any major ICC trophy after a gap of 29 years. And within the 4 days of hosting such a mega tournament, they are on the brink of the elimination, because they lost their first match against New Zealand, and they are now up against the heavyweight team like India, who is in great form, in great shape, and their players are looking fit and in form. So definitely a Herculean task for the Pakistan team here, because if they lose today's match, almost they will be out of the tournament. And talking about their preparation, we saw they are just also we can say that there is difficulty in choosing their playing 11. We saw that they bought their opener, Fakhar Zaman, after a long time, after the 2023 World Cup in the recently concluded tri-series, and definitely he got injured, and we saw that Imamul Haq came as a replacement. And if you talk about the Imamul Haq also, he is playing the ODI cricket after a long time, after the 2023 World Cup. So it's look that bit thing, we can say that there is some confusion in the thought process of the Pakistani think tank, because for the crucial moment we need try and tested player, you need a stable squad. So these are the few concerns, and also they don't have a we can say that all in all spinner with them. They are relying on the part-time spinners, and the Dubai pitch, here we need specialist spinners.
Indeed, as my colleague Narayan is reporting, Pakistan has won the toss and opted to bat first. This is a super Sunday clash between two rivals in the subcontinent, Pakistan and India. India is eyeing a semi-final berth, and Pakistan is fighting to stay alive in the tournament. Narayan, thank you. Appreciate it. Now, Gautam Gambhir's coach Sanjay Bharadwaj shared his thoughts on how the Indian team can beat Pakistan in this highly anticipated clash. In an exclusive conversation with DD India's Gaurav Kumar, he explained the tactics the team should employ to win.
Right now, we have with us current Indian cricket team coach Gautam Gambhir's coach Sanjay Bharadwaj with us. In your view, what should India do for this most awaiting match against Pakistan?
Actually, कि जो पाकिस्तान है वो थोड़ा सा प्रेशर में रहेगी, क्योंकि उन्होंने अपना पहला मैच हार गए हैं वो, और इसमें उन्होंने दोनों के दोनों मैच जीतने पड़ेंगे. तो एक प्रेशर टैक्टिक्स है वो काम आएगी हमें, और उन पे ही प्रेशर रहेगा क्योंकि वही अपने आईसीसी के ऑर्गेनाइज़र हैं। एक वही सबसे बड़ा है कि हम उस प्रेशर को यूटिलाइज करना है।
What strategy do you think that India should apply?
हाँ, ये तो रहेगा कि अगर आप पहले बैटिंग करते हैं तो आपका ये है कि आप कम से कम 300 प्लस रन करें। अगर आप पहले बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं तो उनको 200 से पहले आप आउट करें, तो ये एक प्रेशर बनता है और यही प्रेशर हम उनको डिफीट करेंगे।
And what you would like to say about Pakistan bowling?
पाकिस्तान बॉलिंग वो एक ही है कि वो साइन पे लगे रहते हैं, पर मुझे नहीं लगता कि हमारे जो बैट्समैन बैटिंग स्ट्रेंथ है वो कोई ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग बॉलिंग मिलेगी हमें।
Thanks talking to us. So this is Sanjay Bharadwaj, who's saying that India should play on their strength, and if they will play on their strength, they will definitely win the match against arch rivals Pakistan. With cameraman Uttam Singh, this is Gaurav Kumar reporting from New Delhi, DD India.
All right, moving on. Polling stations opened on Sunday for pivotal German elections, with the Conservatives the strong favourites after a campaign rocked by a far-right surge and the return of US President Donald Trump. Voting got underway at 700 GMT, with more than 59 million Germans eligible to vote. The first estimates based on exit polls expected after the elections close at 1700 GMT. The snap election was called after Chancellor Olaf Scholz's coalition government collapsed last year. Scholz is now seeking a second term. He faces a tough contest from opposition leader Friedrich Merz, Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck, and far-right leader Alice Weidel, who is contesting for the first time. The final result may take several days, and coalition negotiations could stretch for months, as no single party is expected to secure a majority in Germany's proportional voting system. The Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement is facing new tensions as Israel delayed the release of 602 Palestinian prisoners, accusing Hamas of humiliating ceremonies during hostage handovers. The move has sparked strong reactions from both sides, with Hamas calling it a blatant violation of the truce deal. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has issued a stark warning to Hamas to release the remaining hostages.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced on Sunday that the release of over 600 Palestinian prisoners under the ceasefire deal will be put on hold until Hamas stops its staged hostage handover ceremonies. Since the truce began on January 19, Hamas has freed 25 Israeli hostages, parading them before crowds and cameras in what Israel calls a disgraceful propaganda exercise. In the seventh hostage prisoner swap that took place on Saturday, Hamas released 6 Israeli captives, but Israel refused to release Palestinian detainees, triggering outrage from Hamas. Netanyahu's office issued a statement saying, "In light of Hamas's repeated violations, including the disgraceful ceremonies that dishonor our hostages and the cynical use of hostages for propaganda, it has been decided to delay the release of terrorists until the next hostages are freed without the humiliating ceremonies." In Washington, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio issued a strong warning, stating that if Hamas fails to release all the remaining hostages, it will face total destruction. Meanwhile, families of Palestinian prisoners gathered outside Israeli detention centers on Saturday, waiting for their loved ones to be freed, only to be left disappointed.
The families are in a state of anger, a state of sadness, a state of resentment. The mediators must complete their role so that the families can rejoice in the release of their loved ones.
The 6 Israeli hostages freed on Saturday were the last group of living captives set to be released under the Phase 1 of the truce deal. Hamas had agreed to hand over 33 hostages in total as part of this phase. The first phase of the ceasefire deal is set to expire in early March, leaving uncertainty over what comes next. Hamas has released a video showing 2 Israeli hostages in captivity watching Saturday's exchange. Hamas still holds 62 hostages in Gaza, including 35 that the Israeli military believes are dead. With the ceasefire deadline approaching, tensions remain high, and the fate of the remaining hostages hangs in the balance. Bureau Report, DD India.
And still to come on DD India Live. Prime Minister Modi to visit the states of Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Assam. And Norwegian drama Dreams wins the top prize at the Berlin Film Festival.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his 119th episode of Mann Ki Baat radio program on Sunday, urged people to observe the National Science Day by spending one day as a scientist, which he said will foster curiosity among children and youth about science. The Prime Minister said that the interest of youth in science matters a lot.
पिछले महीने देश इसरो के 100वें रॉकेट की लॉन्चिंग के साक्षी बने हैं। ये केवल एक नंबर नहीं है, बल्कि इससे स्पेस साइंस में नित नई ऊंचाइयों को छूने के हमारे संकल्प का भी पता चलता है। आने वाले कुछ ही दिनों में हम नेशनल साइंस डे मनाने जा रहे हैं। हमारे बच्चों का, युवाओं का साइंस में इंटरेस्ट और पैशन होना बहुत मायने रखता है। इसे लेकर मेरे पास एक आइडिया है, जिसे आप वन डे एज अ साइंटिस्ट कह सकते हैं। यानी आप अपना एक दिन एक साइंटिस्ट के रूप में, एक वैज्ञानिक के रूप में बिताकर देखें।
The Prime Minister said that he will challenge 10 people to reduce oil in their food by 10%. He'll also urge them to pass on the same challenge to 10 other people.
एक फिट और हेल्दी नेशन बनने के लिए हमें ओबेसिटी की समस्या से निपटना ही होगा। एक स्टडी के मुताबिक आज हर 8 में से एक व्यक्ति ओबेसिटी की समस्या से परेशान है। अधिक वजन या मोटापा कई तरह की परेशानियों को, बीमारियों को भी जन्म देता है। हम सब मिलकर छोटे छोटे प्रयासों से इस चुनौती से निपट सकते हैं। जैसे एक तरीका मैंने सुझाया था, खाने के तेल में 10% 10% की कमी करना। आप तय कर लीजिए कि हर महीने 10% कम तेल उपयोग करेंगे।
Ahead of the International Women's Day, the Prime Minister announced a unique initiative aimed at empowering women across India.
साथियों, इस बार महिला दिवस पर मैं एक ऐसी पहल करने जा रहा हूं जो हमारी नारी शक्ति को समर्पित होगी। इस विशेष अवसर पर मैं अपने सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट जैसे एक्स, इंस्टाग्राम के अकाउंट्स, उनको देश की कुछ इंस्पायरिंग वुमेन को एक दिन के लिए सौंपने जा रहा हूं। ऐसी वुमेन जिन्होंने अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में उपलब्धियां हासिल की हैं, इनोवेशन किया है, अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में अपनी एक अलग पहचान बनाई है। 8 मार्च को वो अपने कार्य और अनुभवों को देशवासियों के साथ साझा करेगी।
In a PAK schedule of 3 days to 3 states, Prime Minister Modi will visit Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Assam starting Sunday. He will lay the foundation stone of Bageshwar Dham Medical and Science Research Institute at Chhatarpur in Madhya Pradesh. The cancer hospital will offer free treatment to the underprivileged. It will be equipped with state-of-the-art machines and have specialist doctors. On the 24th, he will address an investors summit in Madhya Pradesh. Delegates from more than 60 countries and organizations and more than 300 Indian industry leaders and policymakers will take part in it. In line with his commitment to boost connectivity, infrastructure and farmers' income, the Prime Minister will release the 19th installment of the PM Kisan at Bhagalpur in Bihar. More than 9.7 crore farmers will receive direct financial benefits amounting to more than 21,500 crore rupees. He'll also dedicate railway projects. The same day on the 24th, the Prime Minister will visit Guwahati in Assam to attend a program that celebrates the culture of the state, especially that of the tribals. On the 25th, he will take part in the Advantage Assam Investment Summit in the city. Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi has left for France. The visit is scheduled from the 24th to the 27th of February with an aim to foster stronger military ties between the two nations. The general will travel to Marseille to witness the bilateral exercise Shakti, the India-France training cooperation and the French Army modernization program. General Dwivedi's visit aims to strengthen the military collaboration between India and France, exploring new avenues of cooperation and enhancing strategic partnerships between the armed forces. Search teams in India continued on Sunday to rescue 8 workers believed to be trapped in Telangana's Srisailam left bank canal tunnel that collapsed during construction. Engineers from the Indian Army have been deployed conducting humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations at the accident site. The accident occurred on Saturday after a sudden inflow of water and soil caused a part of the tunnel to cave in. Norwegian drama Dreams won the top prize at the Berlin Film Festival on Saturday, while Australia's Rose Byrne clinched the Best Performance Award. The Grand Jury's Silver Bear Prize was awarded to Brazilian filmmaker Gabriel Mascaro's film The Blue Trail, whereas Huo Meng from China won the Best Director Award for his film Living the Land. There was a total of 19 films in competition this year. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can get the latest news and updates on the DD India mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen now to download it. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. and Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.